This curious and extraordinary cyclometer machine came into my possession several years ago. It was rumored that its original owner, Mad Mathesis, a sea captain, mastered the full capabilities after many voyages circumnavigating the globe on 7 surging seas. Mounted on the largest wall in the captain's poop deck, the machine worked flawlessly each voyage. Few of her crew knew the purpose of the machine, and only the captain knew its ultimate powers. Pieces began arriving at my workshop in curious forms as a large collection of parts in odd containers. I studied them for many seasons, trying my best to learn how they fit together. I sensed that the logical meaning of the machine would reveal itself once all the non-uniform pieces fit together. Working for hours, I constructed prototypes to learn how this Sisyphean machine might work. Late one autumn evening, I was finally able to complete the cyclometer and set in motion the true capabilities of the machine: squaring the circle. Squaring the circle is a problem proposed by ancient geometers. It is a challenge of constructing a square with the same area as a given circle by using only a finite number of steps with compass and straightedge. More abstractly and more precisely, it may be taken to ask whether specified axioms of Euclidean geometry concerning the existence of lines and circles entail the existence of such a square. The solution of the problem of squaring the circle by compass and straightedge demands construction of the number pi, and the impossibility of this undertaking follows from the fact that pi is a transcendental, non-algebraic, and therefore non-constructible number. The cyclometer has 4 dials. The first dial is the conventional face of time, which will spin much too fast, as time always does. There is a dial of 6s and 7s, which explains everything and yet nothing. There are no hands, except the hands that turn the crank. This is my interactive sculpture in progress. Each one of these panels will have a piece of artwork attached to it individually. Notice the center as it moves and turns, coming forward and back. It also will have a piece of artwork attached in the center area. And those hands hold only wonder and anticipation. There is a dial of time, upside down, that points you to begin counterclockwise. The cyclometer makes time out of 13 segments, which is made from 6 and 7. The first segment is the unmeasured segment. The other 12 are in sequence, but not in order. To best experience how time intersects with the dimensions of space, you must observe all movements in unison. The cyclometer simultaneously moves in 3 dimensions and measures time and distance on all 4 dials. Crank the cyclometer slowly to engage the circumscribing moments. Strong magnetic forces will resist your initial effort. Once you have released the machine from its magnetic spell, time will spill upward, outward, and around, and then descend to a timeless stop at the bottom of time. Begin again to crank clockwise, freeing the magnetic stops and speeding time into yet another uncharted transcendental embarkment. Eventually, you will square the circle as an imperfect verb. For one brief moment in time, as it expands or contracts in its spatial circumscribing motion, each quadrant passes through a planar and volumetric area equaling the perfectly irrational geometric circle. As the geometer intently seeks to square the circle, but he cannot reach. Through thought on thought, the principle he needs, so I searched that strange sight. Dante, Divine Comedy.